We are going to start on unit 5.1. It is important that you label this, because sometimes I'll give you a pop quiz based on your notes, and it could literally be like, write down example 1 or something like that. Okay, it's going to be super easy. And what we're going to work on today to start with is something called the triangle sum theory. Okay, triangle sum theory. Make it a little bit bigger. So before we can talk about the triangle sum theory, we need to know, what do some of these words mean? Thank you. So first off, I think and hope that everybody knows what a triangle is. Okay, what is a triangle? Just tell me. A shape. Yes, it's a shape. You can be a little more specific than that. How do you know something is a triangle? It has 3 sides. That's all I was looking for, not something super complicated. Okay, so triangles have 3 sides. Okay, what does the word sum mean in math? And this is the one that I'm most concerned with. You can just say it. Addition. Okay, so triangle sum theory, sum means we are going to add. Okay, and theory just means it's a special word for rule. That's about it. Okay, so triangle sum theory. The triangle sum theory is that all angles in a triangle, and how many angles will there be in a triangle? How many corners are there? 3. So we're going to be adding together 3 things. All angles of a triangle add up to equal, does anybody know, what do all the angles of a triangle add up to equal? 180. 180 what? 180 degrees. Okay, the little degree symbol doesn't really matter, but you should put it there just to make me feel good, please. Okay, so the whole point of this lesson is that anytime you have a whole triangle, all the things inside the angles, okay, so all the interior angles will add up to be 180. So for example number 1, we are going to draw a triangle. Don't worry if you are not particularly artistically inclined, because neither am I. Okay, draw a triangle. Up in the left-hand corner is going to be the x degrees. We have a 96 degrees and a 21 degrees. And I would like you to find what is x equal to. What does x equal? So what we have to do to figure out what x equals is we need to set up an equation. Now, we just said that according to the triangle sum theory, everything inside of here adds up, the sum of it is 180. So how would you write an equation here? Any ideas? Yep.
96 plus 21 equals x.
Close. Almost. We said all of these together, so the x plus the 96 plus the 21, we said all of them together equal what?
180.
180. That is your equation. Okay, that's your equation. Now, we're just going to follow like basic equation writing, solving rules. It's not sounding like math, but that's what I meant. Okay, equation answering. So, you're going to combine like terms. The like terms here are just the numbers. So, add together the numbers. Add together any x's. Here there's just 1, so we're just going to write x plus, what's 96 plus 21? 117. If you couldn't do that in your head, write it on the side of your paper, do your addition, however you need to, okay? It's just addition now. Equals 180. Then we want to solve this, okay? To solve this, we want to, solve means get x by itself. So here, what's attached to the x is 117. It's attached by addition, so how do you undo addition? Subtraction, you do. That's called the inverse operation, so we're going to subtract. Subtracting from both sides of the equation. Okay, so if you need to, you could put like a little wall right here to help you. This is one side, this is the other side. You have to be fair to both sides of the equation. It's kind of like if I gave these people $1, this side would want $1 as well. Okay. Then the 117 goes away, which is what you want, and you're going to get x equals 180 minus 117 gives you what? 63. Okay, you can do borrowing and carrying if you need to. This is our answer. On your homework, as well as anything, okay, if you're doing work, I would really like you to either put a box or a circle or something like that so I know that that's your answer. Okay, when I'm checking homework, there's a lot of writing going on. Just show me this is your answer. Okay, let me know somehow. Let's try another one, number 2. Anyone have questions on how I did that? Pretty basic, we're good? Okay, next one. Let's make another triangle. This one I'm going to put a little square in the corner. In the top, I have 3x minus 1 degrees. And in the right-hand corner is 31 degrees. I have a triangle with a box in the corner. 3x minus 1 is up in the top. And 31 degrees is in the bottom. It appears that something's missing here, but is this box, this is a special box. What does this tell me? That is a 90-degree angle. Okay, what's that called? Instead of just being 90, what's the mathy way to say that? It's a right angle, okay? A right angle means that it's 90 degrees. So if you write 90 on there, that's fine. You don't have to, but I'm going to write it on there, okay? So again, all of the ones inside of here, add them all together, and they're going to equal 180 because of the triangle sum theory. So doesn't matter which corner you start at, just as long as you get all of them. So I'm going to start at the top. So 3x minus 1 plus the 90 plus the 31, and all together they equal what? 180. Okay, we're going to combine our like terms, so add together all your numbers and any variables, so that means letters. The 3x is going to be by itself. Just bring it down. Then you're going to add a negative 1, positive 90, and positive 31. Now, if you can do that in your head, that's great. If you can't, write it on the side of your paper. It does not matter to me. Okay, I would do this a little bit out of order. Negative 1 and positive 31 gives you what? 30. Positive 30. 30 plus 90 is 120. You can do this in your head. It does not require a calculator. Okay, you guys can do this in your head. If you can't, write it on the side of your paper. Okay, we don't want to make simple mistakes. Simple mistakes are the ones where people lose the most amount of points and it kills your grade. So be careful there. Okay, then again, make your wall if you need to. We're going to move this 120. So the inverse operation means you're going to subtract 120 from both sides. That leaves us with 3x equals 180 minus 120 gives you what? 60. Then this 3 is attached to the x by what? By add, subtract, multiply, or divide. There's like a little tiny multiplication dot there technically. So to undo that, you're going to divide. I have faith that you can do this in your head. 60 divided by 3 gives you what? 20. Now, for this problem, I'm just asking you to solve for x. What would you have to do if I wanted you to find this angle? Is it 20? Is this angle 20 degrees? No. What would you have to do to find that? You could plug back in. Okay, you could do 3 times 20 minus 1. So it would end up being 59. Okay, so sometimes I could ask you to do that. Okay, so just be aware that you might have to plug in. I don't want you to today and right now, but you could possibly. Anyone have questions on how I did that? Good so far? Okay, last example for this first set of notes. Number 3. Last one for this first set of notes. I'm going to give you another triangle. This one's going to be a little bit upside down. Put the box in the corner. On this side, I have 2x minus 2 degrees. And down on the bottom is an x plus 5 degrees. We just went over this. This missing, or this box in the corner tells me that this angle is what? 90 degrees. Okay. Okay, we're going to set up our equation. So all of these added together will equal 180. You can start from any corner you'd like as long as you get all three of them. So I'm going to write 90 plus the 2x minus 2 plus the x plus 5. And we said that was equal to 180. Then we need to combine our like terms. So you're going to add together all the numbers and add together all the letters. Okay, so here we're going to have a 2x plus an x. When you're writing your equation, you always want to add together the variables first. Variables are letters. So 2x plus x, what is the coefficient, the number in front of this x, technically? A 1. Okay, so what's 2x plus 1x? 3x. Okay, if it helps you, cross these out after you've taken care of them. Okay, just in case. 90 minus 2 gives you what? You could do this in your head. 88 plus 5 is 93. So 3x plus 93. If you couldn't do that in your head, do it on the side of your paper. That's totally fine. Equals 180. Then I want to get this x by itself, so do the inverse operation. I'm going to move the 93. How do I move the 93? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Subtract. So subtract 93 from both sides. Sorry, bad writing. So we got 3x equals, what's 180 minus 93? Sorry. 87. And then to get the x by itself, undo the 3. So 3 is attached by multiplication. The inverse operation, or to undo that, is to divide. And you got x equals, what is 87 divided by 3? You do it on the side of your paper, or think about what multiple of 3 is really close to 87. 90, right? What's 90 divided by 3? 90 divided by 3 would be 30. This is 1 less. This is 29. Okay? You can do the long division on the side of your paper if you need to, and you might have to. Notice that all of these answers are coming out nice whole numbers. Okay? No fractions, no decimals. Could you get fractions and decimals? Yes. Will you today? You shouldn't. Okay? Anyone have questions on how I did that? Good? Okay. Now I'm going to do the second set of notes for today. The only reason that we have 2 sets of notes is just because you have 2 different sides of a worksheet. Okay, so you have 2 technical different worksheets, but it's not going to be an overwhelming amount of work. I will always promise that I will only give you between 10 and 20 problems for work. Okay? I will almost always give you time in class to do it. If you choose not to use your time wisely, you will have homework. But it is absolutely possible that you could probably get everything done in class. I don't want you to have an hour of math homework because I don't want an hour of math homework, okay? I don't want you to waste your time doing things that you could be doing in class, so try to use your time wisely. Okay, second set, 5.1b, what this is going to be is complementary and supplementary angle relationships. Complementary and supplementary angle relationships. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an angle. I'm going to put the box in the corner. And we're going to talk about complementary angles. Complementary angles. Now, what is this angle equal to right now? It's a right angle, so it's 90. So if I cut it in half, what would the 2 halves together equal? Still 90, right? It doesn't matter if I cut it in half. If I cut it in 3 pieces, 4 pieces, doesn't matter. The whole point here is that complementary angles add to equal 90 degrees. No matter how many times you cut it up, this whole thing is 90 because it has that little box. Okay, that's all you have to worry about, is that all of these together, and I'm going to give you some that have, where you're going to solve something, but they add to equal 90 degrees, and those are called complementary angles. Other than that, we're also going to deal with supplementary. Okay, supplementary is when you have a flat line. How many degrees are on a flat line? 180. So just like the complementary angles, does it matter how many times I cut this up? What is it always going to equal to? 180. Supplementary angles add to equal 180 degrees. Does not matter how many times I cut up this straight line, it's always going to add to equal 180 degrees. So today I'm just going to have two angles, and these two angles add together to be 180. If it's a right angle like this, they'll add together to be 90. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is I'm going to ask you to find the measure of angle B. Find the measure of angle B, and this is going to be just like how your homework is tonight, or how your work is today. Okay, find the measure of angle B. So for example number 1, if I give you a flat line, cut it in half, you're going to have a box there. I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to tell you that this is 31 degrees and this is B. I want you to find the measure of angle B. So automatically, what am I dealing with here? Am I dealing with complementary or supplementary angles? Supplementary, okay? If you have trouble remembering the difference between complementary and supplementary, think of the alphabet, okay? C for complementary comes before S for supplementary. So it's the smaller one, okay? The C goes with the 90, the supplementary goes with the 180. I just think of it as like this is the one that would come first alphabetically, so it gets the smaller one. This is the one that would come second, so it's the larger one. If that doesn't work for you, find your own one. Okay, so here, since I'm dealing with a straight line, all of those together are going to equal 180. What am I missing here in this corner? A 90. Okay, and it's not written there because this is like math shorthand for writing 90. Okay, so add all these together and they're going to equal 180. So 90 degrees plus 31 degrees plus B is equal to 180. And now we just have another equation just like what you've been solving. Okay, you know how to solve these. Combine the like terms, so combine the 90 and the 31. Combine the B, there's nothing else to go with B. So B plus 90 and 31 gives you what? 121 equals 180. Remember, we're solving for B, so you're trying to get B by itself. So to undo the 121, what do? Do we add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Subtract, so subtract 121 from both sides. Put in that like imaginary wall if you need to. B, these go away, equals, what's 180 minus 121? 59. Now, technically this is 59 degrees. Am I going to be bothered if you don't put the degree symbol? I don't care. Okay, B equals 59. Questions on how I did that? Good. Okay, let's try another one. Number 2. By the way, we have 4 examples. Okay, number 2. This one, I'm going to make a straight line this way. Going to make a kind of goofy looking triangle. Like this, and I'm going to label this one as B and this as 34 degrees. Move that up. Now I know this looks kind of funny, but what kind of angle relationship am I dealing with here? These supplementary or complementary angles? Supplementary. Okay. Do these two missing angles, do they even matter? They don't matter at all. Okay. I am concerned about this straight line right here. Okay, this straight line tells you that this angle plus this angle, so B plus 34, is equal to what? 180. So once you write your equation, this is fairly straightforward. Okay, to get rid of the 34, what do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Subtract, so subtract 34 from both sides. You subtract 34 from both sides, we get B equals what? What do we get? Heard a couple different answers there, so okay, let's review our borrowing and carrying for those of you that forgot or tried to. Let's review our borrowing and carrying for those of you that did this in your head. Okay, if you have a 0, you can't take 4 away from 0, so we borrow it from the 8. That makes this a 7, which is a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 1 minus 0 is 1. B is equal to 146. Heard a lot of 156s there. Write it down, okay? I don't want you guys to lose like silly little points because you did something goofy. Okay, so write it down if you need to. It's totally fine to use your borrowing and carrying skills. Okay, let's try another one. Number 3. Example number 3. Let's make a kind of funky angle like that. And I'm going to tell you that this is 56 degrees and this is 3x plus 7 degrees. What type of angle relationship am I dealing with here? Complementary or supplementary? Complementary. Why do I know that it's complementary? So it has the right angle and there's no straight line. Okay? There's no flat line. This is an angle. So it means it's going to be 90 degrees. So add these two together. So 56 plus this whole corner is 3x plus 7 equals 90. Not 180, 90. So make sure that you're putting the right thing that it equals. Okay? This is a complementary angle relationship. Then we're going to combine our like terms. There's nothing that goes with 3x, so it's just going to stay by itself. 56 plus 7 gives you what? 63 equals 90 degrees. Then we want to undo this. So start by subtracting the 63. Okay, when you subtract 63, we got 3x equals, what's 90 minus 63? 27. Use your borrowing and carrying if you need to. And then how do I undo this 3? Do I add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Divide. So divide by 3. And you're going to get that x equals 9. Now, does the measure of this angle equal 9? No, it's just what the x equals. So I could ask you to plug back in. I am not, but I could. So make sure you're reading the instructions, paying attention. Anyone have questions so far? I have one more example for you and then you'll be good. Okay, last one for example number 4. Number 4. Let's do straight flat line and a triangle on here. Okay, and if I tell you this is 58 degrees and inside the triangle is 6x plus 2 degrees. 6x plus 2 degrees is on the inside of that angle. First things first, what kind of angle relationship am I looking at? Complementary, or supplementary? Supplementary because I'm looking at a flat line relationship. Okay, looking at that flat line. So add these together, 58 plus 6x plus 2, and what will they equal? 90 or 180? 180. Okay, 180 degrees. Next, I'm going to combine my like terms. Okay, combine my like terms. The 6x goes with nothing, so it just rewrite it. And then 58 plus 2 gives you what? 60. So 6x plus 60 equals 180. Then we want to get this x by itself. So first thing you want to do is get rid of the 60. How do I undo the 60? Subtract it from both sides. Flip the wall if you need to. That leaves you 6x equals, what's 180 minus, thank you, 120. To get x by itself, divide away, divide both sides by 6, and that'll leave you with x equals 20. Okay, again, if I wanted to, I could ask you to plug back in. Today, I do not need you to plug back in. Anybody have questions on that? Good.